So inshallah we're going to start off with Bismillah. So we are doing Surah AlHujrat, learning the Quranic, Arabic and grammar through the Surah. And last time we did the part of the ayah and also A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajeem. So we'll learn inshallah today from Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. We read this, recite this all the time. But we'll try to understand actually the true meaning of this word and how the word is created, how this ayat is created. So first few things just to remind that when I use the word fataha, it is actually zabar, and when I use the word kasra, that is zair in Arabic, and dhamma is pesh. So those three symbols are used in Arabic instead of Zair, Zabar and Pesh. Also, 99% of the Arabic words start with three letters. So we will take these three letters today, Alif, Sin and Mim, in this order, that Alif is first, Sin is after that, and Mim. The word that we will create from these three letters, they will have some meanings. The meaning will be to give a name to someone. Alif, Sin, Mim is to give a name. So when we combine these three letters in this format, that first letter and second letter are combined through this kasra, which is actually hamza, and a kasra, which is actually the sound of kasra or zair, with a sukoon or jazm. This little symbol is called both a sukoon or a jazm. So we'll use jazm for that. Is, and the last letter has two dhammas, the sound of noon, ismun. The full word is ismun, and the meaning of this word is name. Okay. The meaning of this word is a name of something is called ismun. Full word is ismun. And last time we learned the word, how this word is created and what it means. Allahu. Okay. The full word is Allahu, last letter, ha, has a dhamma on it. The sound is of Allahu. And in English, we can just simply write down the word Allah. Okay? Now, these two are independent words. These are separate words. Okay? But if you want to make a relationship between these two words, in English, I can simply put a small word here between these two, of. So now these two words are connected to one another. Name of Allah. Okay. One word is connected to another word. There is an Arabic terminology for this kind of process. We'll learn that later on. But the simplest thing is that how to make a connection between the two words. And notice that both of these words are noun. These are noun. There is no grammar verb in these words. Okay? So in English it's very simple. In Arabic there is no word of. So how do we connect these two to bring the meaning of in between? Okay? So what we do two things. First thing we do is we look at the first word here, and last letter is mim, and mim has two dhammas. We change those two into one. That's the first thing we do. So the word becomes ismu now, no more ismun. Okay? Then we look at the second word here, and again look at the last letter and look at the last harakat, which is dhamma, and change this to an kasra. So the word becomes Allahi now. Okay, so this became ismo, this became Allahi. So we actually changed the word by itself. In English, we did not change. The name remained same, and the word Allah remained Allah in the spelling of that. We added a new word in between. In Arabic, we don't add any additional word, but we actually change the word itself, both the words. And this is the formula. Look at the first word, look at the last letter, which is mim. Then look at the harakat of those, and this the two dhammas. Change that into one. Then look at the second word here. Last letter dhamma change into a kasra. So now the words became ismo Allahi. Okay. Now, when we are speaking these two words, we want to speak them together, not separately. Okay, so what we do for that? That is, okay, this is grammar. Then in the recitation, in the tajweed, we see, okay, the next word has an alif in the beginning. Okay, and alif is just a sound here. So what we do? We combine this mim with this lam and drop the sound of alif. So it becomes ismullahi. Okay, so what we did, we dropped the sound of this alif, but we have to leave the alif because the full word is Allahu. So what we do, we change this harakat here by a small swad. Okay, this little symbol is swad. What is this swad? This letter now is called hamzatul wasl. Wasl means to join two things. So in the process of joining these two words together, we drop the sound of alif. Okay, so alif became now not alif anymore, but it's called now hamzatul wasl. So what is left now? The word which is left now is mullahi. Okay, so this is the word now. You pronounce as ismullahi, full word. Okay, alif is not pronounced, this vertical line, so we change the harakat of whatever was there on the alif, fataha or hamza, we change with that small swad. Okay, so whenever you see this small swad there on an alif, it means originally there was some other harakat. There probably was a fatah, dhamma or kasra, but in the process of joining with the two words, we drop the sound of that. So now this is the final word. Its meaning is name of Allah. Full word is ismullahi. Okay, you have to say every the word clearly, separately. He and mim has dhamma. Ismullahi. Now, we are going to add something in this combination, and we are going to add a letter which has a kasra. Okay, and last time we learned that there are few letters, or they are actually words, but we call them letters. For example, these three. This means with or in. Fi also means in. Min means from. And these are called Harf-e-jar. Harf-e-jar are like preposition in English. They define the position of something. With is defining the position, in is defining the position, from is defining the position. They're called preposition. In Arabic, this is the meaning of those words. They're called Harf-e-jar. So when these words come before a noun, ism is a noun now, they have an effect on it. In Arabic, one word affects the other one, keep affecting the sound and the okay. So what this harf-e-jar does, so we last time learned that, let's see if you have the word kitabun. Yeah, you can write it over here. Kitabun. Kitabun means book, a book. Okay. Now, if I want to look inside the book, the word is fi, in. So I'm just going to write down fi before that. Okay. In English, just you put an in there. In Arabic, fi has effect. What it does, it again looks at the word, looks at the last letter, which is ba. Then it looks at what is the harkat or what's the sound of this two dhammas. The characteristic of fi is that it changes these two to kasras. So now the word became fi kitabin. Separately it is fi and kitabun. But when you put them together, it became fi kitabin. Okay. So now, if there were two dhammas, it changed to two kasras. If there was one dhamma, it will change to one kasra. So now here, look at this one. Bi means with or in sometimes. It is before this noun. Okay. So it will look at the noun and then look at the last letter, which is mim. And then it will look at this harkat, which is dhamma. It says, I'm going to change this dhamma to a kasra. So now ismo became ismi. Okay. First it was ismun, then it became ismo, then it became ismi. Okay. So now the word is bi ismillahi. Ismillahi. Okay. Now further, now comes the tajweed, the recitation. Same thing. It says there is an alif in between here. We did not pronounce alif here. We don't need to pronounce this alif here either. Okay. So what it will happen? It will change this alif to another hamzatul wasl. Okay. So what will happen? This will change to hamzatul wasl, and now you can combine B with the sin. So it became bis. Bismillahi. The full word is bismillahi. Now, notice that one other thing, that when we combine these two, and there was an alif here, we changed alif into a small swat. Okay. In this case, the only place where this alif is completely not written there. That is the script in the Arabic. Originally, from the beginning of the Quran, this alif was not written. Even though alif is a part of the word, it is not pronounced, so they don't write this. Every other place they write it. Okay? So this final word here became this, you can write down this here, Bismillahi.
So we don't write Hamzatul Wasl?
Yes, in this case, this is the only place in the Quran. Oops, sorry. I'm recording. So this is the only place in the Quran where this Hamzatul Wasl is not written. It is there because it's a part of the original three root letters. The word is ismun, so alif has to be there. Okay, but when we write Bismillah, it is not written. Okay, so that is the formation of the first word, Bismillahi, with the name of Allah, or in the name of Allah. Okay, so that is the meaning of Bismillah. Okay, can you see from this side? In the name of Allah. So that is the meaning of Bismillahi. Okay, and it's also important to recite correctly, because if you change any of the harakat there, the meaning will go away, because all the meanings is based on how you pronounce it. If you pronounce Dhamma instead of Kasra, the word becomes meaningless. Okay, so very important how you start and how you end up by keep changing. So Arabic words, when sentences are created, one word has effect on the other word. And it's not random, it's not haphazard, but there is certain information which is hidden in there, and we will look into that information also when we get a little further. So this is what the first Bismillahi. Now let's look at the second word. Okay. Next two words, Ar-Rahmani and Ar-Rahimi, both starts with the same root letters, Ra, Ha, Mim. Okay. Three letters, and the meaning of these three letters when we create the words, now there are three separate letters, they don't have any meaning, but once we write these three in this order, the words that will be created will have the meaning of to have mercy. Okay. So now we will use these two words, and we will create the three letters, and we'll create the next two words which have the same root letters. Both have the concept of mercy, Ar-Rahman and Ar-Rahim. But what's the difference in the meanings and the formation? Okay. So let's look at the first word, that if I take these three letters, Ra, Ha, and Mim, okay, and I put these two words after that, okay, and I'll explain what these two words letters actually do, Alif and Noon, okay. But the basic meaning, which is the deep meaning, is related to mercy. Okay, mercy. Okay. So first thing that I'm combining them and making the word, which can be written this way, Rahma Nun. Okay. First Ra and Ha I combined with this Jazm. Mim and Alif I'm writing this way. You can write down this way. It's a short Alif. And last letter in a noun always have to have two Dhammas. Last letter is Noon. The sound of the Noon, on top of that we are putting two Dhammas, okay, which is also the sound of Noon. Okay, so by now if I pronounce it will be Rahma Nun. Rahma Nun. Okay. In Arabic, when we create words at this pattern, okay, for example, I'll give you an example. Think of the word, those who know Tughyan. What is Tughyan? Or what is Tufan? Okay. Tughyan is the water flow in a river when it runs over its banks. So the same river that was beneficial to the people its water overflows by the flood and it drowns anything in its way. It doesn't care. Tufan is the same way. Nice rain coming down. Rain is coming down, and then when it becomes intense, it becomes harmful. So what is this concept of this? The words is Tughyan and Tufan. They are, both of them have alif and noon at the end. Okay. So the words that are created at this pattern, they have the ability of doing something regardless. So Rahman is the sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When it comes down, it doesn't care if the person is obeying him or disobeying him. He feeds the person who disobeys him. He showers his mercy upon a person who disobeys him. A person who doesn't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala keeps showering his mercy upon him. That is the sifat of the word Rahman, or the word that ends up with the alif and noon. Okay, so this is the meaning of Rahman. Someone who does the mercy regardless if you obey him or you don't obey him. Okay, in the human nature, if you do a favor to someone and the person is thankful, you will stop doing the favor to the person. But in case of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if the person is disthankful, Allah still gives him worldly blessings, ni'mat, everything showers upon him. So that is Rahman. Okay, so that is the word. Okay, now Rahmanun, and then you put al before. Okay, al brings the meaning of da. Da means someone who only is Rahman. There is nobody else can be Rahman. Okay, when you so what al does in Arabic, al looks at the last letter noon, looks at the two dhammas and change into one. Okay, al Rahmanu. Rahmanun became Rahmanu. Number one. Number two, when you pronounce this word, the ra in the tajweed, the ra and lam, when they come together, the ra kills the sound of lam and is pronounced twice, ra. So it becomes Ar-Rahmanu. Al is pronounced as a ra. So what you do? You put a shadda on this. Okay, so this is pronounced as Ar-Rahmanu. Okay, no harakat on lam. Okay, lam becomes silent, ra becomes twice. Ar-Rahmanu. Two dhammas change into one. The merciful. And as I said, it is such a big definition of this word that you cannot really translate it in one single English word. People do all kind of translation: gracious, merciful, kind, all different kind, but one word really does not comprehend the meaning. The deep meaning is that the one who will shower his mercy, regardless if you thank him or you are not thankful to him, or you obey him or you don't obey him, he will continue showering his rahmah upon you. So that is Ar-Rahman, number one. Now notice that up to this point, this word is Ar-Rahmanu. The last letter is a dhamma here. Okay, so this is the word we have created so far, that it started with two dhammas. Al changed it to one. So the sound in this time is Ar-Rahmanu. Okay, now in Arabic there is a science or a word or a branch of grammar which is called Badal. Badal means exchange. So in this word, we defined first Allah, and we started with the word bismillah, okay, and we said, who is Allah? So we understood that this is the one who created everything and he is God and all those things that go with Allah. Now what we are going to do, we are bringing another name here in the sentence. And this time we brought this name, which is actually Ar-Rahmanu. But what we are doing actually, we are exchanging Allah with Rahman now, because they both are same. So this branch is called Badal. Badal means we are changing Allah, He, to Rahmani. So when you do a Badal, you have to make sure that you follow the pattern. In the pattern, Allahu became Allahi. Last letter was He. So here last letter will become Rahmani. No more Rahmanu. Because that, so now by looking at Rahmani, you should know that there is some word before this, and this word is replacing that word. Badal, changing that word, exchanging. Exchanging means they both are same. Allah is the same as the Rahman. There's no other individual involved here. So when you use that logic, then to represent that this word which was Ar-Rahmanu, we are changing only the last letter, harkat, from Dhamma to a Kasra. That means this word is related, is a Badal, is an exchange of the previous letter. So this is the information which is, if I had left Ar-Rahmanu here, for example, then I would not be able to explain to you if Allah or Rahman are the same. If I had left Rahmanu, Rahmanu is someone who does mercy, and Allah who is someone who does the creation, okay? But if I had left Allahi here and just put Rahmanu there, then I may not be able to prove to you that these two are same. So by changing this kasra here to Rahmani, logically we should immediately understand that Allah and Rahman are the same being. Okay? So that is Rahmanu became Rahmani. Okay? Now let's look at the next word. Next word has the same root letters. But this time what we are doing, we are adding a ya in the middle of second and third letters. Okay? So this word will become Rahimun. Always last letter has two dhammas. Okay? So when we make words at this pattern, what is the definition of this? The word when it is made at this pattern bring the intensity of the action. Intensity, which means this being who is being merciful, he has a lot of rahmah, intensity of the rahmat. And there are most of the Asma'ul Husna of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are created at this pattern. Azim, Qadir, Rahim, Shafir, Munib, all those words have the same pattern. They have a ya before the last letter, which means they all have the intensity of the action. Azim, anybody can be Azim, but when it is used for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then it's ultimate. Okay? Repeated action. So Rahim, or the word which is created in this pattern, has the repetition in it. Which means he does it again and again and again. In the Rahman, he does Rahmat regardless of you are thankful or not. In this case, he shows his mercy again and again and again. So that's the difference between Rahman and Rahim. Then you do the same thing. You put al before that. It will bring the meaning of the, merciful. And again the same thing. Lam and Ra will become twice the Ra, Shadda. So this will become Ar-Rahim. Okay, and Al removes one to the mas to one, so it becomes Ar-Rahimu. Ar-Rahimu, the one who shows mercy again and again and again. Okay, that is the meaning of Rahim. The Rahman is showing mercy regardless who you are. Rahim is showing his mercy again and again. Okay, we are going to do the same thing again. Notice that this word is Rahimu. Okay, but when you put this in the sentence, we are saying that this is also related to Allah, and Allah is coming as Allahi, so Rahimu will become Rahimi. Okay, Badal. Okay, so Rahman is a Badal of Allah, exchange of Allah. Rahim is exchange of Allah, which means all these two, both of these sifat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala are going back to the word Allah and Allahi. So the other two have to be Allahi, they have to follow the pattern. Okay, so that is the meaning of bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Now again, when you recite together, the word Ar-Rahmanu became Ar-Rahmani, but when you combine with Allah, you make the alif in between Hamzatul Wasl. So it had a alif with a fatah and a hamza. It changed to a small swad. Same thing happened here. If you are reading separately, you can say Bismillah, Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. There's nothing wrong in saying that. But if you want to read in a continuous tajweed, then you have to pronounce very correctly. Bismillah, Hir-Rahmani, Nir-Rahimi. Okay, now when you reach at the last word, basically you're going to stop here. The rule is that there are two things when you stop. Suppose you are stopping at this point, and the symbol for stopping is little circle here. If I put a little circle, means stop. Okay, so what do you do when you stop? You look at the last word, you look at the always last one. Last letter is a meme. Meme has the sound of kasra, me. Okay, what you do, you change the sign to a jazm. Okay, so instead of pronouncing Rahimi, you say Rahim. No more me. Stop, Rahim. One thing. The second thing you do is you stretch on the ya a little bit more. So you will say Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. If you listen to the recitation of some qaris, you will notice that he stretches on the ya before meme, and then all of a sudden he stops at meme. Okay, so these are the rules that go, grammar and tajweed go together in the Quran. Okay, you have to know both to properly understand the Quran and why it is recited the way it is recited. Okay, so that is the meaning of Bismillah Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Usually this is written like gracious and merciful, but those one word English words really do not justify the translation unless you understand the deep meanings of these words. Okay, so now let's move on to the other, which is the beginning of the Surah AlHujrat. Okay, so the surah starts with these words: Ya ayyuhalladhina Amanu. Okay. So let's look at the first word here. First word is ya. Okay. This word is called harf-e-nada. Nada means calling. Okay. If you are calling someone, if you are addressing someone or some person who is in front of you, the etiquette of addressing the person is you draw his attention first to you. Before you start a conversation, you draw his attention. So for that you use ya. If you don't draw attention, he starts speaking, he may miss few words of your sentence first. And then you can say, oh, you don't listen to me. Okay? So if you use the word ya before, you are drawing his attention and then you start the conversation. So that is the etiquette of, so it's called nada. Nada means calling. Okay? In the Quran, 2 words are used for nada. Sometimes only ya is used, and sometimes ya is used with another word, ayyuha. Sometimes this is used, sometimes this is used. The meaning of both of these is O. O means when you say, oh my brother. O is in English is a calling word or letter. Okay. O. Okay. Both have the same meaning, but their usage is different. Okay. Quran uses both of these many places, lot of places. So we need to understand what's the difference. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing someone in the Quran, He first uses these words. Okay. So let's look for example, many places in the Quran, you will see the word Ya Musa. You will see the word Ya Isa. You will see the word Ya Lutun. These are the names of the messengers and the prophets. Quite a few of these, they all start with the word. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants to speak these prophets, these messengers, He starts with the word Ya Musa, Ya Isa, Ya Fir'aun, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All these quite a few times you will see in the Quran. So this is the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala starts conversation, direct conversation with the prophet, okay, or anyone, okay, and so that's what the pattern you will see in the Quran. Ya means O, okay. Then other places in the Quran, you will see the words An-Nabiyyu, Ar-Rasulu, Al-Muzammilu, okay. Whenever the word Ya Ayyuha is used in the Quran, whenever the word Ya Ayyuha, which is the same meaning as Ya, but the words that come after that, who is being addressed, it starts with the letter Al, the 2 letters Alif and Lam. So if the word is starting with Al, then Ya Ayyuha is used. Ar-Rasulu has Al before that. So it will be Ya Ayyuhar Rasulu, Ya Ayyuhal Muzammilu, Al is there. Ya Ayyuhal Muddassiru, Al is there. Ya Ayyuhan Nas, Al is there. So whenever the next word has Al, then harf-e-nada ya ayyuha will be used. When the word which is being called after that does not have al, then ya will be used. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if addressing these people, an-nas al, then ya ayyuha will be used for that. Okay? So that is the difference in the usage, but there is one more deeper difference in there. Notice that these are the proper names. Musa is somebody's name. Okay? Isa is someone's name. Ibrahim is someone's name. These are the names. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing someone by the names, He is using the word ya. Okay? Notice these words. These are not the names, these are the titles. Someone's title is An-Nabi. Someone's title is Ar-Rasul. Okay? So when he is calling the people by the title, okay, what is title? Title is a way of showing the respect. When you want to talk to someone who is at a very high position, what do you say? You say, Mr. President. You use his title. Mr. Prime Minister. You use the title of that person. And why? To show the respect. Okay? So that's a deeper meaning. To show the respect, you address the person by his title. Okay? Even though it doesn't mean that Musa has no respect, but it is a name. So you can call a person by his name, okay? You can call the person by his president by his name, but when you call by his title, you are showing actually more respect to the title, okay? So that is the deeper difference, that if you are addressing someone by his title, his qualification, you use the word ya ayyuha, okay? Otherwise, you used ya. Now, notice one very important thing. Two things. This Surah AlHujrat, as I mentioned last time, in few ayats later, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching the people how to show respect to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Don't stand outside his house and start calling him by his name. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is teaching respect. Throughout the Quran, these words Musa, Isa, Lut, Ibrahim, Hud have come many, many, many times. The word Muhammad has come only 4 times in the entire Quran. Okay? Only 4 times. And the way 4 times that name has come, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling someone, Muhammadur Rasulullah. Muhammad is the messenger of Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not talking to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but he is telling. Okay, he's not addressing directly, but he is telling someone. Another place, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying Muhammad is not the father of any man. Okay, 4 places, only 4 places the word Muhammad came. Not even a single place Allah used the word Ya for him. Every time Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressed Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said, Ya ayyuhan nabiyyu, O the Prophet. Somewhere Allah says, addressing Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, saying, Ya ayyuhar rasulo. Somewhere he is calling him al-muzammil. Somewhere Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is calling him al-muddassir. These are all the titles. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself is teaching us to show dignity to his prophet by addressing by his title. Okay, so that is the difference, the very fundamental difference. Even though these prophets are very respectable prophet, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has used in the Quran their names. But whenever he is talking to Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he never used his name. He always used his title to show the utmost respect that this prophet should be respected utmost. Okay, so that is the basic difference in the usage of these words, the meaning of these words. These come a lot in the Quran, both of these words, and you will notice how they are used there. Okay, so now here the word Ya Ayyuha is used. The surah is start with Ya Ayyuha. Meaning is simply, oh, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking to someone. Okay, now what is the rule? The Ya Ayyuha will be used only when the next word has Al before that. That is the rule. So we have Al here. Alladhina. So what is Alladhina? Alladhina Amanu is a title. Okay, so let's look at that word. So the word starts with these three letters. Ladhi means he or that. This is the meaning of these three letters. Ladhi. Okay. Ladhi means third person he is a pronoun or that. Its plural is ladhina. Lazina, plural means those. Those means some people. Okay. Then we put al before that. Al. So this becomes, al brings the meaning of the. So we are talking about some special people. The brings the special. Okay. So those is a pronoun, and now we're talking about some of those who are some special people, because the brings the meaning of definiteness, noun. Okay, so that is those. Alladina. Okay, so this is like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about some people, those people. Okay, and he is using the word Alladina for them, and because Al is there, so Ya Ayyuha has to come before that. So when you combine them, it will become Ya Ayyuha Alladhina. When you recite together, then this Al, Alif of this Al will become Hamzatul Wasl. Okay. And that's how it is in the Quran. If you notice that if you're reading Ya Ayyuha and Alladhina together, then Alif of Al became a Sawad, Hamzatul Wasl. So the meaning is that, oh those, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing some people, oh those people. Okay, but who are those people? Whenever the word Alladhina will come, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about some people who are there. Then he defines who are those people I'm talking about. Okay, so let's look after that. So the word starts with these three letters, Alif, Mim and Noon. Okay. Now, 99% of the words start with three letters, and they have some meanings. Okay. All those words that start with three letters, we classify them in a group of words, and that's called Fa'ala. Because Fa'ala has three letters. So this is a category of the words, letters. Any letters that have three in number will belong to this family, because this family has three letters in it. And this family is called Bab. The name of the family name is Bab. So this thing is called Bab-e-Fa'ala. Bab-e-Fa'ala is a group of the letters. There are only three letters in there. Any three. Alif, Mim, Noon, Jim, Dal, He. Any three letters. As soon as I write down three letters, what it means is that these three letters belong to a group of letters, Fa'ala. So this is called Bab-e-Fa'ala. Bab means a door. Door means only these three letters can go through that door. You can imagine that way. So amana. Amana word, these three letters have the meaning of to have peace. Aman is the word which means peace. Okay? So alif mim noon means peace. Any words that will be created from these three letters will have peace in them. Okay? Now the next thing we are going to learn is that in Arabic, words start with three letters, and then slowly we add more letters in them. And as we add more letters, the meaning changes. Okay? So what we are going to do in this particular case, we are going to add one letter in the beginning, and that letter is alif. So it became a 4-letter instead of 3 letters. Okay? Now 4 letters cannot belong to this group, which is only 3 letters. So we have to define another group. And that group is called af'ala. This is just the name of a group name. Okay? And the table I gave you, if you look at the last, before the last page, has all the listing of that. Okay? And this group is in the order number 4. It's called Bab number 4 or group number 4. Okay? And all you do in that group is add alif in the 3 letters. Always you have to add alif. Okay? For example, in the Quran you will see the word nazala. Nazala means something that came down. Okay? Then you will also see the word anzala. Means alif is added in the beginning. So nazala actually belong to the 3 letters. Anzala, because alif in the beginning belong to the bab number 4, which is the bab af'ala, which is anzala. Okay, so what's the difference in the meaning? Nazala means something came down, like rain is coming down. Okay? Anzala means someone is sending down. The end result is same. The rain is here. But in one case, it's coming down. In the other case, someone else is involved to do this action. Anzala. Okay? Another example. Kharaja. Kharaja means to go out. Alif, you put an alif, it becomes akhraja. Akhraja means to send someone out of the door. So what happens is that we make bigger words in Arabic by starting with the 3 letters, and the meanings keep changing. Okay? So, and meaning can change anyway, in any direction. We have to learn that. So we started with these 3 letters, which belong to Bab Fa'ala. Then we went to Bab number 4. This is now called Bab number 1. And this is called Bab number 4 in the list that you have. Okay. So now the word became with the 2 alifs in them. Okay. So now now in the writing, these 2 alifs in the Quran are written different ways. These 2 alifs can be written as these, or this can be written as this way. These are different writing styles. Whenever there are 2 alifs together, you can write down next to one another, or you can write down with 1 hamza and 1 alif. Or you can write down 1 with a small on top of it. Sound is same in 3 cases. The sound is ah. Sound is, because 2 alif, the sound ah. Okay, so let's sound this thing. This is amana. This is amana. There's only 1 alif here, so sound is amana. Short sound, alif alif. Here are 2 alifs, so this sound is amana. Very subtle difference. Amana, amana. Amana means to have peace. Amana means to believe. Meaning changed completely. So in Arabic, we start with 3 letters. We add letters here and there are 10 different rules for that. This is rule number 4. You start one alif, we used to add one alif only. Meaning becomes different. So this is the word amana. Okay, one thing. Number 2, the name have been given. In this case, the name of this bab is fa'ala. In this case, the name is af'ala. The names are given on a certain pattern. How are the names? Why somebody chose to give the name fa'ala? It could be any name. Okay? The way it is done is that if I take these 3 letters, alif, mim, and noon, these 3 letters I wrote down together, and if I put a fatah on each of them, okay, the word became amana. The sound is amana. This also has a meaning. The meaning is that he has peace. Third person, past tense. Or he had peace, to be specific. Or he was in peace. Okay. So when you, and that is the first element of the page number 2 in your grammar table, in actual grammar table, is that when you put 3 fathahs, it becomes the grammar of third person past tense. Fa'ala, he did. Okay. So amana, he had peace. Okay. Now, if I do the same thing here, if I combine these this way, okay. Amana. Amana would mean he believed, third person and the past tense. Okay, so the meaning will become he, past tense is believed. Okay, he believed, third person. Okay, these 2 alifs can be written this way. Amana, or they can be written this way. Typically in Uthmani script of the Quran, they are written this way. It is nothing except 2 alifs. The sound has to be stretched. Amana. Amana means he believed. One person, third person, and the past tense. So much information is already there in this word, like third person, past tense, and he, and masculine, he. All this information, just by putting these 3 fathahs, appeared there. Amana, he believed. One person believed. Then, if we add a waw at the end, okay, if you add a waw at the end, it becomes the plural. Plural means they believed. Okay, so this becomes they believed. Okay, that's a plural. That's how you make the plural. Now, how do we write these things? Okay, so we still write down a, ma, and the noon we write down with the waw combined like that. Okay. Now, one thing will happen is that the noon has a fatha sound on it, but the word after that has a waw or dhamma sign after that. So we change this fatha to a dhamma. Okay? And to be more specific, you can put a jazm here, which means noon has to be combined with waw. So the word became nu. Amanu. First stretch a-ma-nu. Okay? Then for the purpose of writing, we add a vertical line here and put a little zero on it. Okay? That's only for writing. What is this alif or vertical line with a zero? It is called a alif firqaya. Firqaya means separation. We put this alif or vertical line to make sure that the next word is a different word. Okay, you cannot combine with this word. Okay, so you will see in the table that I gave you, the plural is written with a waw, fa'alu, and there is an alif there, and it's a different color. So you will notice that on the first table. Okay, so amanu means they believed. Okay, so what is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying? Oh those people, the meaning is they believed. But if I want to make a proper English, I will say who believed. Okay, it's the same person, but we say who believed. So now go back and look at the words here. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing some people, and he is calling them by O, Ya Ayyuha. And then he is calling them by their title because they have already believed. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is showing respect to them. Alladhina amanu is a title of the people. That these are just not any people who have believed in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Quran and His Messenger and everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told them to do, they have submitted to that. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave them a title. Alladhina amanu is a full title. 2 words is a title for some people. And when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala calls someone with his title, then he uses the word Ya Ayyuha. If this was a name, it will be only Ya. But this is a title. And title starts with Al.
We made plural from masculine word.
Yeah.
Is the plural masculine or is it?
Okay. So the rule is that when you say all men are equal, the women are included in that. Okay, this is the terminology in every language. But you say all women are equal, then men are not included in that. Okay, so here they, even though they was the plural of he, but they include women also. Okay, so here all, Alladhina is also a masculine word. Okay, and Amanu is a masculine word, but women are included in there. Okay, if it was Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking purely to women, then the grammar will be different. Then the grammar of feminine will be used here. But when the grammar of masculine is used, plural, women are included always. Okay. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing those men and those women who have already believed, and they are being addressed by this. Okay. So now Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what time we have now? Okay, I'll try to do this first word today. Okay, there's a lot of information in there. Okay. So let's learn a few things and we'll continue inshallah next time from this part. So let's learn a rule first. And you can refer to the first table again, the very bottom line where it says command, amr, and forbidden, do and don't do. Okay? Amr and nahi in the very second page of the handout. The very last line has some boxes in them and they are called amr and nahi. This surah, this actually we should spend some time, and I'm going to spend some time on understanding the amr and nahi. Amr means Allah says do it. Nahi means Allah says don't do it. Okay? This surah has so much do and don't do in it that we really need to understand the formation of those two grammatical patterns. Because almost every second or third ayat, and I have highlighted in this surah printout, on the top you will see do, don't do, don't do. Okay? So let's understand how we create this grammar of do and don't do. Okay? So I'm just going to start with the rule and then we'll apply on the surah and these ayat. So we'll start with these three letters, fa and lam. This is our template, and the meaning of this is to do. Fa'ala means to do. Okay. Now I want to make the grammar or the word of you second person, singular person, and present tense. You do. Or you are doing. Okay. You do or you are doing. Okay. The rule is that if you look at the box number 4 probably, no, in the second line, the word starts with ta, with a fatha. So what we do, we combine these three letters and put a ta in the beginning. Okay? And we put a fatha on ta. Okay? And what we also do for the purpose of pronunciation, on the first letter we put a jazm. So the sound becomes taf. Then we put a fatha on ayn, middle letter, and a dhamma on the last letter. Taf alu. Taf alu. Okay, that is the meaning of you as a one person do. Now you can be anyone. You can be male or female. In English we don't distinguish when you say you do it, but Arabic that's a different case. But here we are saying you, one person, are doing or do, it's a present tense. Okay. Now in here in this English word, if I drop this one, you, what am I left with? Do. If I removed you, what am I left with? Do. What is do in English? Command. Do. That means I'm telling you to do something. So it is a command. It's called order or amr or a command. Okay? So in English it is very simple. You took out you. What we do in Arabic, this is the word. Okay? So first thing we will do here, we'll do actually two things. We drop this ta here. Okay? We remove, just like we removed you, we removed ta. One thing, that is what we do. Then what we are left? We left with these three letters. Okay. This fa has a sukoon and ayn has a fataha. So what we do now, to distinguish it, we change the last letters dhamma to a jasam. Last letters dhamma is changed, and this is how it is done in Arabic, that you remove ta. You do basically two things there. You remove this ta, and last letters dhamma change to a sukoon. So that is equivalent of removing you in English. So this is the command here. If I'm telling you to do something, I will use this word. But the problem is that you cannot pronounce this one. If the first letter has a jazam on it, you cannot pronounce that word. Okay? So what we do, just to help pronounce, we add an alif in the beginning. We just add an alif in the beginning, and what we do, we put a kasra in this case, which is basically the sound of this, and now we can pronounce if al. If al. That is the command, that's the order of doing something. So that is how we make the command or amr. We start with the three letters, make the grammar of you, do, and for that we add a ta. Then from here we go to the amr and remove the ta and add an alif, and this change, if al. Now notice one thing in Arabic, amr is a command. Amr is an order you are giving someone, okay? But it has three branches in it. The word is same, okay? If I am asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to do something for me, I will use this word ifal, but I cannot say that this is a command, this is an order. I will call this a request, a supplication, a dua. So the command will be translated as a dua. If you're talking to someone of your equal status, you want him to do something, you can call this an advice or a suggestion or a request. Okay? If you're talking to someone like a child, you can call this an order. Word is same. Word is same, but you have to translate based on the person you are using for. If you are using for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then you will not say, oh Allah, I'm ordering you, I'm commanding you to do this for me. I'm requesting, I'm making a dua, I'm supplicating to you. When you're requesting someone, ifal, if I say you ifal, I'm actually suggesting to you, I'm advising you, I'm requesting you. But if you are a child who doesn't listen to you, then you can say, I'm ordering you, sit down here. Okay? So, command is same. Ifal will always remain ifal. But from the context, you have to find out who are you talking to and translate accordingly. Supplication, request, order, anything that way. So this is, if you're telling one person, commanding one person, if al. If you are commanding many people, then the rule is same, you add a waw in the end. And then you change this to a dhamma. If alu, and that's also written there in the next box. If alu, okay. Command for many people is if alu. This alif with the 0 is written there as a separation of the words. firqaya, faraq means separate. Okay, so that is commanding to do something. Okay, now instead of doing something, I want to tell the person don't do it. Okay, so we'll learn that also today. That is also, it starts from here. And here it's very easy. We start from here also, but we add a la in the beginning. La means not. Okay? And in this word, we just make one change, not two. We take this full word and only change this one here. La taf'al. Don't do. If you are telling one person, don't do, just add a la, and taf'alu becomes taf'al. La taf'al. Don't do. Okay. And if you want to command, forbid many people, the rule is simple. You just add a waw and an alif with a zero and change this to a dhamma. La taf'alu. These four boxes are very important in this surah. We will be constantly using this pattern to understand this surah. Okay? La taf'al. Okay? La taf'alu. Okay? So we will break down this word next time, but I just want to point out this word has a la in it in the beginning. Okay? Then a waw, and this little thing has a circle here. Okay? So from here you can at least recognize that waw and alif are there, which means it's a plural. Okay? So la is there, it is bringing the meaning of don't do. And waw is there, which is meaning you're talking to the more than one person. Okay? So what is left in the middle is qaddama. If you take out the la, you take out the waw, and ta is actually coming from, it's a part of the thing here. Okay? So what is left? Qaddama. Qadama, the word which is qadam all the time, what's the meaning of qadama? Qadama means to go ahead. If I'm putting one foot, then I'm putting the other foot. I'm moving forward. Okay? Qadama. 3 letters, qaf, dal, and mim. But this has a shadda on the qaddama. Dal has a shadda, and we'll learn this next time. The meaning of qaddama is to go before somebody else. For example, if the government has passed a law and you want to bypass the law, or you want to go precede or do something, you are doing the action of qaddama. Okay, so what this, and we'll break down this ayat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is addressing those who have believed. O those you have believed, ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, la tuqaddimu, do not go ahead of Allah and His Rasul. If Allah has decided something, you cannot say, oh no, my opinion is this, I would do it this way. If Rasul has decided something, no, my judgment is this, I think you can do it better this way. No. If Allah and His messengers have decided something, you cannot go bypass them, go ahead of them in your decision, in your judgment, in your anything. You have to go and follow them. Okay? So this ayat is, and then we'll say full breakdown here, but at least up to this point, and we'll do la tuqaddimu in details inshallah next time. But this gives you the concept that this surah is again teaching the believers that the status of prophet is very important. Okay? You do not do anything which Prophet ﷺ has forbidden, because he is executing the commands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay? So again, the respect, a lot of respect is being shown here, starting right from the discussion about his prophet. Okay? So this Surah AlHujrat is a very powerful surah. It teaches a lot of etiquettes of the life for the believers. Somebody has a question?
The word qadam also means feet.
Mm-hmm.
So one is action, one is a noun.
No, qadama, when you start with the three letters, okay, you can make a verb and you can make a noun. So qadmun is like hamdun, it will be a noun. But when you say qadama, he stepped, grammar. So grammar will be made a noun or verb based on how you create the words on these patterns. So inshallah we'll stop here and continue next time.